Well, you remember how I was like in the crack house, you could do some nuclear reaction physics, do time dilate in between these plates and understanding some fields and passing stuff through. What are the big points we need to know here instead of all the micromanaging tasks that'll mass you out? Gotta know these, and then we'll AI O4 or E4 the sorting algorithm from there.
Hi, welcome back to my video once again. Now, in
Yeah,
nuclear
chain
physics, one
reaction,
of the ways
mousetraps.
to
Oh,
study the nucleus of an atom is by nuclear reactions. And one of the very common ways of inducing nuclear
Photons
reactions
lining up
is
in
to
the proper 1
bombard
and 0
incident
configuration.
particles
Get
onto
the
some
job
sort
done,
of
Sarge!
target nucleus. This is a very common way of inducing nuclear reactions. However, you already know that the nucleus is a very tiny object. So vast majority of the space inside an atom is usually empty space. So in this kind of an experiment, when incident particles are bombarded onto some sort of a target nucleus, in that case, vast majority of the incident particles usually penetrate through the empty space of the material, and only few amount of incident particles actually interact with the target nucleus inside the material and lead to some kind of a nuclear reaction.
Similar
Now, is
constitution?
it
I mean,
possible
like
to
we
calculate how
gotta roll
many
for stamina,
of
fight
these
the
incident
dragon that
particles
one
will
time. We
actually
do it in
interact
one
with the
shot
target
like that.
nucleus
We
and
figure out
lead
this
to some
number.
sort
We
of a
go to the
nuclear
big one,
reaction,
sorting
and how many
algorithm,
of
and
these
again we're
incident
back down
particles will
to
actually penetrate
general
through.
or whoever has
To
a
do that kind of a
problem in here,
calculation, we
Gunnery
need to
Highway.
understand
We're doing pretty good
something known
around here.
as nuclear cross section. So nuclear cross section is simply defined as an area around the nucleus on which, if incident particles are incident on it, then it will most definitely
Like
lead to an
recruiter station in
interaction with the
nuclear now.
nucleus, and all the other incident particles outside this area will penetrate through without interacting with the nucleus. Now, what does this nuclear cross
So that's
section
lower.
depend upon? This
Well, if
nuclear
you
cross section
add up
depend
all
upon a variety of
the heat
factors.
from
First
the
of all, it
Hawking
depends upon the
radiation
kind
that
of
you need to
incident
deal with the
particles. For
fuzziness
example,
of the
if
black
the incident
hole.
particles are
Well, we just
electrons
had
or
a
protons or neutrons. Let's take the
satellite
example of
pass through the
protons. If
chronosphere,
we
and
have
Anton
protons as
talking
incident
about the
particles,
fuzziness
you
of the
probably know
outer
that protons are repelled by the nucleus because
Prometheus
proton is positively charged, and so is the nucleus.
branch of
So if
the
incident
Milky Way
particle contains
galaxy.
protons, the protons will most
You get
likely
back
get
to
repelled by the
fusion,
nucleus and move
NT
away. It is
beginning,
very difficult to
NTN,
induce a
NTF beginning,
reaction between
NTF end,
protons
the
and some
value
sort of
on
a
that thing
nucleus.
ripping, decaying
Therefore,
on
this
a
cross-section
pretty
area
fixed
corresponding to
timeline
incident
for,
protons will be very less. Now let's
well,
take the case of
genetics and
neutrons. If the
evolution
incident particles have
get into
neutrons in
doing
them,
this.
neutrons are
Start to be
uncharged.
still, well,
Neutrons are not repelled by
cancer coming down
nucleus.
the
The vast
line,
majority of the
long,
neutrons
shorts,
which come
treads,
near a
patterns,
nucleus will
whatever,
interact with the nucleus.
kind of
So
still
the
have the
area of
base
cross-section
X
corresponding to
mechanics, need
neutrons
that
will be
area,
greater.
that volume,
Now
that's
it
kind
also
of the
depends
outer
upon the energy
perimeters,
of
and
the
me
incident
doing one of the
particles. So let's
cells,
take
so
the
I'll need
example of
that
neutrons. So if the
area
velocity of the
over
incident
there
neutron
because
is
God
very
knows
high,
some neutrino
and that
come
neutron
flying
is
through
much more
here
likely to
and mess
penetrate
that
through
computer
the
all up.
material
Let me
without
spray in the
interacting
hose
with the
while the
nucleus.
computer panels are
If
open
we
or
take
something.
a low velocity
No.
neutron or a thermal
No.
neutron, then that kind of a thermal neutron will have a higher de Broglie wavelength, and it will be more likely for that
I got one.
particle to interact with the
And then
nucleus.
there's
So
the
as
other
you
one where
can
you clean
see,
the
this
chipper while she
area
runs.
around the
Nobody
nucleus
cares.
depends upon various
The saws are
factors like
running,
the
I'm
kinds of
banging it out
particles
with Bowser
involved, like
behind
the
there with a
energy of the
shovel.
incident
Nobody
particles
cares.
involved.
I kill him back.
So we can define the nuclear cross-section, also known as the interaction cross-section, as that area around the nucleus
Move for me.
facing the incident particles, within which the incident particles will lead to an interaction with the nucleus, and outside which the incident particles will not interact with the nucleus.
No.
Greater the nuclear cross-section,
questions
more
about
is
why
the
you're not
likelihood
with
of an
what you work
interaction, and more is the likelihood
The
of a
root of
nuclear
this
reaction.
problem here,
Now this area can be greater than the actual size of the nucleus, it could be less than the actual size of the nucleus, or it could be equal to the actual size of the nucleus based upon the nature of the nuclear reaction. Now this
You like
quantity,
fiddle,
nuclear
Jack,
cross section, has a unit. So its unit is basically given
Fiddle
by
me this, Lou.
barn.
In the middle. When you don't need
So this unit is
whoa,
basically
the
equal
safety
to
officers
10 to the
sometimes
power
like
minus
shake 'em out.
28 meters square, or 100 femtometers
Like, do you
square.
have my guy? Like, was he up,
Now,
down
if
on the
for a
table?
particular
Like,
nuclear reaction,
what are the odds and probability
we
the way he
know
does it? Does
what
he
is
do
the
the hand on
nuclear
the board, over
cross-section
the
of that
thing, on the
reaction,
saw, off the
is it
saw,
possible
does the
to
hokey
calculate
pokey?
how many
Like,
of the incident
this
particles
way?
will actually interact with the nucleus?
said-
So
he
in
said
this
no to
video,
me on
I'm
this?
going to do the simple derivation of calculating how many of the incident particles actually
we are
lead
here
to a
now.
nuclear reaction.
We have
So
to
to
way
do that,
back.
let's look at this particular diagram here. So here we have certain kinds of incident particles which are incident onto some sort of a material. and we have taken a
Mousetrap game.
rectangular slab of that
Set up,
material which
try it
contains the
again.
target nucleus.
What is it,
And
the,
let's suppose the area of cross
Mentos
section
Coke
facing
machine?
the incident
Yeah,
particles
you get-
is
what is it
A.
called?
Alright, now let's define some
Ruth
parameters
Goldberg's
here.
machine.
So let's take a
Bingo.
very small
Gosh.
section of this particular rectangular slab. If I take a very small slice of this
I reject
rectangular
your reality
slab
and
having
substitute mine.
thickness of dx. So let's suppose I make a cut around distance of x. So x is the distance along the direction of the incident particles. So I make a cut around
Well,
the
there's been a
distance x,
couple of
and I
days
make
in that.
another cut around x
Hey,
plus
ooh, it
dx.
gets real.
So I take a small slab of thickness dx,
And then
and
all
I
of a
want to
sudden,
study
some
how many nuclear
gamma,
interactions
beta,
happen
alpha
inside
come-
this particular slab.
come
Now let
in.
me define two quantities nx. So nx, let's suppose, is the number of incident particles which
This
survive
one,
at a
yeah.
distance of x. And
time
now
comes,
after
you'll know what to
penetrating
do
through a
with that
distance of dx, this
Get on
quantity is
the
going to
lunch
decrease.
table,
So let's
always get
suppose after
Chinese food.
penetrating through a distance of dx, this quantity becomes nx minus dn. Alright,
yeah,
so
we can
nx
add
is the number of incident particles at a distance of x, and nx minus dn is the number of incident particles at a distance of x plus dx. Why minus dn? Minus dn because let's suppose dn is the number of interactions. So nx minus dn will
One day,
therefore represent the
on this
number of
banana right
particles
here,
which
one day,
survive.
my energy
So to
numbers
calculate how
about
many
if you
interactions
graph
will
it, I'm
take place,
nuclear.
we need to know how
I am
much
a
target nuclei
perfectly
exists within this
fuel
small
rod
slice.
generating
So let's
tungsten
suppose
rod
the number
from the
density
cloud
of the
come
target
down
nucleus
in ones
within
and
this
zeros
small
in a
slice
proper
is basically given
orientation
by
and fashion
n.
and flip of
So
the
n
numbers.
is
I was
the
like, you would think
number
like
of
quadrant
atoms
something
per
like
unit
1,
volume in
0,
this kind of a
1,
material. So it tells us about
1.
the number
What?
density of the
If I
atoms
could drop
inside
it.
this kind of a material.